evening, Wellness Warriors. It's Sunday night. It's time for Empower Hour with me, Carla Andrews, the Managing Director of Motivated Minds, your lifelong wellbeing provider. So, thank you for yet another week. We're here. I say I'm here for the next hour, and I get to chat to you all. If you're new to us, the hour takes the form of, first of all, we share our moan and move ons, then we go into our wellness wins, and then we do our cards. And when I say cards, it's not the playing type, it's not the clairvoyant type, it's the motivational, inspirational and affirmation type. So if you're with us and you're watching at 8 o'clock, between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, please put a lovely comment in the side and I can see who's with me. If you're watching on catch up a bit later in your own time, then be sure to still message Motivated Minds, and I can catch up with your bits, whatever you put in then. So, good evening. I've got the beautiful Tom with us. Hello, Tom. How are you doing? I've got Tasha with us, Jenny with us. I did have a lovely week. Look at that. That's a moan and move on. I'm going to tell you a bit about that in a moment. And hello. I'm very well, thank you, Lauren. So, moan and move ons. Shall we start? So, excuse the state of me. I will tell you why as the hour cracks on, why I'm covered in dust and dirt, and yeah. So first of all, moan and move on. My moan and move on is that the borough of Basildon has had scooters put everywhere. And they've got a bit of a bad rap, really, of people using them inappropriately and people apparently been too young to use them, but you have to have a provisional driver's licence. And I think they're a rather marvellous idea. So this week, a couple of occasions, instead of walking to work, I've walked to my nearest scooter and got on. Now, my son was mortified at this because he was like, Mum, the first time you use it, it's capped at 10 miles per hour. Like, you have to be careful, So I used it the first time and I was surprised. I liked it. The potholes though, because you have to be on the road, potholes are a bit of a worry, because if you live in Essex or certainly Basildon, our potholes are a bit notorious. So dodging them aside, I got to where I needed to go and then continued my walk to work. So all is well, day one. Day two, the speed isn't restricted. Well, it is restricted, but it's now restricted to 15 rather than 10. And my son, definitely, you know the lovely Eddie, he was like, Mum, you have to be really careful, and like it's got a bit of a kick, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So the skill that you have to develop with these scooters is that you stand on it and kick off, and then you press down your accelerator, power button, whatever you want to call it. So you do that. So I kicked off and nothing happened. I kicked off again, nothing happened. And I kicked off and I was facing the road. Lesson to be learnt there. So the third time I kicked off, I've whacked the button down sort of full throttle. With that in mind, I've gone flying into the road. Luckily, there was no cars coming. There was people standing at the bus stop at 7:30 in the morning, probably thinking, my God, like, these things are for kids. And some men come rushing over. But by that time, I was on it and I'd gracefully going on my way to work. However, by the time I got into work, I was like, oh my God, I hurt. So my hands, my knees, my arm. So that's my moan and move on, is that I'm not 18 anymore and I have to be a bit more careful. And then everyone warning me when I get into work, and all those that love me are like, oh, you've got to be careful, you've got to wear knee pads and arm pads and all sorts of, yeah. That's my moan and move on. Let me have a look at yours. Right, okay, moan and move on from the lovely Lauren, teenage daughters. All I can say, Lauren, is my nan had 3 boys. And then she brought me up. She said I was worse than 3 boys put together. Don't know what she meant. Obviously, you know me, I'm angelic. So, yeah, good luck. Tom agrees with me. Pothole Central. Indeed. Catherine, Mona, move on. Son bringing non-COVID germs home. Children, keep your germs on the outside of the house, please. Hannah is with us. Hi, Hannah. I think they're fun, but I did see a man down the bus lane by Colours with a toddler standing on it with him. Yeah, Hannah, I just wouldn't, I wouldn't trust myself with anyone on it with me, let alone, like, I have my rucksack on, and yeah, I might wear a helmet next time. So, yeah. Eddie has offered to take me scootering and be my personal safety person, so so I can get in lots of practice. But they're only 20p a mile, so they're quite good for just, yeah, a quick zip about, or if I get tired when I'm walking, I can like, oh look, there's a scooter, I'll borrow that for a minute. So yeah, good idea. Maybe I just need a bit more practice. Hey Vicky, how are you? So, moan and move ons. So we've got children, whether they're boys or girls, in there. We've got scooters in there, and disastrous injuries. Could have been worse. Have we got anything else for moan and move on? So, how has your week been? Everyone, let me know how your week's been. Has it been an okay week? Has it been a week, or has it been absolutely terrible? So give me a heart if it's been great. Give me just a thumbs up if it's been okay, and give me an angry face, or no, a sad face. There's a sad face. Give me a sad face if it's been a bit of a rough week. The lovely Tasha says germs for me too. Poorly boy, been nice to have cuddles, but would love him to feel better soon. Don't we just hate it when our kids are sick, but love the cuddles. I must admit, right, even my 20-year-old, who will be 21 this year, still, whenever he's poorly, will ring me up and still likes a cuddle, bless him. Catherine says, pretty good until Germbag shared his stuff with us. Yeah, it's not good. Charlie! Hi, Charlie! She says, evening all, first time listening in. My moan is that weekends are only 2 days and go far too quick. Roll on 4-day Easter weekend bank holiday. Yes, I make you right, Charlie. Well, thank you very much for joining us, first of all. We're here every week at 8 o'clock. And yes, you're right. I don't like 2-day weekends. I would like a 3-4 week weekend, and we have got that coming soon with the lovely Easter, so I'm looking forward to that. Is it the 4-day weekend I'm looking forward to, or is it the Easter eggs? Haven't quite decided yet. Probably a bit of both. What are we planning? Are we planning stuff for that weekend? I appreciate we haven't got the world at our oyster yet, but I will share with you one of my upcoming wellness wins is last week I shared with you all that I've been cleaning out all the clutter from upstairs. Both boys moved out recently, and I have gone through their bedrooms and obliterated anything that shouldn't belong in my house. You know, you have like letters in a drawer that's been there like 3 years, or like my younger son is a bit of a hoarder, so like he has batteries that don't even work like in drawers, and just so last weekend 6 black bags it was in the end, I counted, went out with the rubbish man. So that was upstairs. This week I'm working on my books. Now, I am a bookaholic. I love my books with so much passion. So I've been cataloguing them all. So far, I've catalogued 196 as of about 2 minutes before Empower Hour, and I'm dusting them off because over the years I've had lots of renovation work done on my house, so they've got a bit dusty. And I'm cataloguing them all so my colleagues can borrow them, and then putting them all back. And it's really, I'm loving it. I've always spoke about the power of your environment on your mind, and if it's chaotic, then chaotic or dirty or like needs cleaning, it really does have an effect on our energy and how we feel. So I'm lucky I'm in a current state with my mental health where I can tackle things. But in the past I've really struggled, let alone getting out of bed. Like, housework was the least of my worries. So my to-do that I found worked for me was setting myself the smallest of tasks. So I use this with my customers even today. So always I get my arms in a bit of a loop and I go, right, just clean that area. You clean that area and then you say, well, I've done it. And you can stop there and think, I've done it. Or it might inspire you to then carry on and do another area. Or if it's like washing up, that you wash up just the bowls. That's your task, just the bowls. Or just the cutlery. And then if you're inspired after doing that to carry on, you carry on. And if not, you pat yourself on the back that you've done your one task. So, for me, going through my house now and getting the order that I love will just strengthen my mind more. So I'm really looking forward to, maybe by that Easter weekend I'll have it all done. That'd be exciting. Jenny says, I've been feeling low and with with emotions. Jenny, it's bad when we struggle with all of that, but let's have a look at what we can do to help you along that way. So with your emotions, unfortunately, we have to have them. That's part of being human, and sometimes they get the better of us. But if you can, just allow yourself to have them, and then either draw a line to it and go, you know what, like Monday, so tomorrow is a new day. I know I'm feeling rough at the moment. I know I'm struggling at the moment, but I'm going to set myself a goal of just sitting on my doorstep for 10 minutes or going for a walk for 10 minutes. Just set yourself the smallest but achievable goals, and ones that will still take you out your comfort zone, and see if that will create a shift. And if it creates that shift, then be mindful of actually sitting in that sun and feeling that sun on my face just felt really nice for that 10 minutes, and then bring it in more. So do it every morning, or do it a couple of times a day. And if you can do things that enhance your mood, then your feelings and how you're feeling will hopefully increase. And if not, come and always have a chat with us. We're always here. Victoria says, I work in a care home for people with mental health. That's awesome, Victoria. So I'm sure you see a whole spectrum of disorders. Are you working with just younger people, or is it more elder people? Or let me know the spectrum. That'd be really interesting. Lauren says, Easter weekend, Mia and Jack are back to rugby training. Ah, so you'll be standing pitch side, Lauren. Okay, so what can you do? Anything productive whilst pitch side? Can you grab yourself a nice hot chocolate and watch them, or can you go for a walk or a run yourself, or just even like letting loose, go whoa whoa whoa, come on, and embarrassing them? It's great for getting your own back. Charlie says, hopefully enjoy some sunshine and a well-needed break from work and lots of chocolate and drinks and spring clean ready for summer. Charlie, I couldn't agree more. I've always talked, for some of my longer following people, you know, I talk about splitting the year up. So into sort of 12, 13 week sections. So the first one is always Christmas to Easter, then Easter to summer, summer to autumn, and autumn to Christmas time. So sort of January to April, April to June, and then July, August, September is another block, and then the last block is October, November, December. So splitting up the year and flushing out all the dust that you've accumulated in those 12 weeks or before is really great for us. Spring cleaning every 3 months our lives is great. So this is where you can reevaluate: am I getting enough exercise? Am I eating well enough? Is my home, is my environment productive to me? Am I seeing friends enough? It's a great time to just reevaluate. And the lovely Evie's with us tonight. Hi Evie, thank you for joining us. Charlie's got it right. Tidy home, tidy mind. When you struggle with mental ill health, though, that is like the impossible. It's like the mountain. It's like the Everest. So, but as I said earlier, you just start small. Literally, hold your arms out. Just do that one little bit. Jenny says, I'm always honest how I'm feeling. Good. Good, good, good. Because we should be honest with ourselves. And it's okay. It's never a sign of weakness. Got to remember that. Never a sign of weakness to go, you know what, I'm feeling crap, or I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling... Jenny, are you on our hashtag Team Motivated? If you're not... If any of you are watching and you want to join our private group where it's more of our customers and people that we know and we support one another, pop along, ask to join it. Pop in there, and we're always supporting one another, and we've always got your back. We're your cheerleaders. So, and in there, under files, is a wellness, not wellness wheel, a emotions wheel, and it's great for helping verbalise how you're feeling. So, yeah, if you're not in there, then join us, and if you are in there, have a little look at the resources in the tabs at the top. I think it's called Files. And it's in there. So, wellness wins. It's coming up to wellness wins now. So, every week we explore our wellness wins. Some of you share them on here, which is wonderful. Some of you just write them on a piece of paper. That's great. Some of you text them to me. Love it. And some of you just sit there and hopefully think. Now, we always aim for 3, and there should be things that are either we've stepped out of our comfort zone, we've expanded that comfort zone, something that we're just grateful for, and we recognise that just how thankful we are for something happening, or just something that might have even tickled you, that you just, yeah, that's a good memory, that's going in my memory bank. So let's start then. Right, so 3 wellness wins. Definitely getting my house into more order. It's left me lighter in the mornings, like everything's in its place. I know where it is. I'm not wasting my time. It's just living efficiently. I like that. So that's one of my wellness wins. My second wellness win was I've done quite a few walks this week. I've walked into work some days, I scooted into work some days. I did a walk with a friend yesterday. So I am certainly on a better trajectory with my physical health. And my third one is just the phone calls I have with my kids. Now, you guys know that when they lived with me, they drove me up the bloody wall. But now they've moved out, a little bit of video time with Ed today. That was lovely. And I was helping him be more proactive because he was procrastinating on a few things, and it's just that while I'm on the phone, you can do your washing up, like you can do it now, and he did it, and I hope he started to feel better for it. So yeah, my phone calls with my kids, and my younger one phoned me tonight, checked in on me, and yeah, so they're my 3 wellness wins. Oh, I suppose number 4, being greedy, sorry, I was on BBC News this morning as part of some of the organisations that have helped or who have received mental health first aid training and who have then distributed that knowledge out into the community, and that was all funded by our friends in public health and their strengthening communities team. So that was great to be recognised on BBC News this morning. Yeah, and my LinkedIn starts going off of Carl, I'll see you on the news. So it's nice that we're just always raising awareness of mental health and being there for people. So yeah, that's I'm greedy. I've got 4 in. So hit me with yours. Let me know your wellness wins for the week. Choose your top 3, 4. Share with me. And while you do that, I'm gonna get a drink. Yes, it's Coke before you tell me off. It's flat Coke though. Okay, so from the Kings. From Catherine, I've got grateful that this is just a cold and not COVID. Lovely feedback from a colleague. Oh, isn't it great to always get good feedback from a colleague? And finally got a new work laptop working. Oh, it's all going mad. Hold on, sorry. You shot up. Finally got a new work laptop working. Even had change of scenery to work in lounge Thursday and Friday. Variety is the spice of life. Well done, Catherine. I love your wellness wins. Tasha, boy went into school for 2 days. Happy, no tears. Oh, that's brilliant. Lost £6 this week. Oh my good God, Tasha, you're doing amazing. And I've noticed, Tasha, on our street tags, me and you are very close, neck to neck. So you are my challenge. And number 3, survived the week. Always a good wellness win. Good evening, Mr. Dads. Just seen me on TV, yes, and now I'm on your computer screen. You just cannot escape me. I hope you're well. David, share 3 of your wellness wins with us now you've tuned in. The lovely Lauren, wellness wins. Despite a bad middle of the week, a 1.5 mile walk with a friend yesterday. Oh, and wasn't it lovely weather? Number 2, more progress on son's new room. Excellent. Dug out the spirit level to make his wardrobes and chest of drawers level. Now that's handy. I must admit, I saw a clip today of someone talking, and in their background there was their shelves and they were wonky. And you know when you're thinking, I should be listening to you, but I'm looking at your wonky shelves. So, and number 3, nothing is straight in this house. And number 3, another visit from the auditor successfully completed at work this week. Well, we like to keep the auditors happy. Well done, Lauren, for sharing yours. Evie, I celebrated my 16th birthday a few weeks ago. I picked my level options, geography, sociology and psychology. Yes! Oh, Evie. Right, sorry. Just as a bit of an update, Evie used to come to our youth club. Evie, I'm so excited you've picked psychology and sociology. You know, I used to teach them at A-level. Got loads of books if you ever want to borrow them. Had some anxieties about it, but finally come to a conclusion. Well done. And I went back to school. It's good to spend some time with friends, as I haven't got long left at school, around 6 or 7 weeks. Evie, oh, you're growing up up so fast. Evie, whilst you're here, and you might want to chat to some other people, we're looking at opening the Wickford Youth Club up from the beginning of May to the end of May for you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. We're going to open it until October, but we're going to have a special couple of weeks just for the original Well Youth lot. So please do put the word round and see if you'd like to come back and party with us for and bring you guys back together, because now restrictions are easy and we can come back and start doing stuff. And me and my team have missed you and your friends so much. You wouldn't believe it. You really wouldn't believe it. We're always talking about you all. So Jenny says, I had a good birthday on Tuesday. I had lots of phone calls. I feel loved and I'm listening to music. Well done, Jenny. What tunes do you have on, Jenny? Now, music, guys, great for the soul, absolutely. But like, what are your ones that no matter what when you hear it, you just have to get your groove on? So one of my friends did a TikTok the other day, and the background music she chose was Pump Up the Jam. You know, when you just start hearing it and you're like, yes, got it. And yeah, so music is fantastic for our well-being. Catherine sharing some happy birthday wishings there. Jenny says, I see the video you shared with you in Motivated Minds in Work. Should have gone to Specsavers. And lots of happy birthdays there as well for the lovely Evie. 16. Oh my god, 16. Oh, 16 seems like a million years ago, and I'm sure for some of my other lovely followers here, we'd be thinking 16, Christ. There was such an innocence then of that everything will be, well, I suppose it was overwhelming as well, overwhelming of what will happen, and an innocence to think that life will be easy, and life, it got hard. We get setbacks in life, and certainly sometimes I know that you just think, what's the answer? The answers do come though, Evie. Like, just in time, you just have to keep cracking through. And sometimes we plan for one thing and something completely different happens, and that's okay. I think one of my strengths that I've learned along my life travels is not holding on to what I thought was going to happen. Just go with it, and if I have to change directions, I change directions. So, but yeah, it's 16. I wanted to be a commodity broker at 16, and then I went to college to study business and finance, and I remember my stepmum took me to the commodities market, and they were all doing this, and I looked at them and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I won't do that. So I then trained to be an air hostess. But yeah, and now I'm here with you every Sunday night. Should have been travelling the world. I wouldn't have it any other way. For many of you know that I actually retrained in later life. I was 30 when I ended up going into psychology. So I never knew where I fitted until I was in my 30s. But Evie, 16, that's a hell of a party. So that's our wellness wins, guys. Let me dig out the cards. So for some of you that may have not seen this before, these are our lovely cards. I will go through with you what they are. Catherine Keane has said, shouldn't you have told us where the exits are at the start then? Here, here, and here, yes. I trained as an air hostess, and I worked for a private airline, and we took famous people from London, Heathrow, up to Liverpool. So I didn't have a clue though. I really, yeah, I didn't make it onto the big airlines. I was too young by the time I qualified. And back in the day, a lot of the airlines you had to be 21 or 25. This was before the budget airlines. So I decided to go to Tenerife anyway. And Jennifer says Ed Sheeran and musicals. There you go. So that's what she's bopping away to. That's what picks her up. So these are our lovely cards that we get out every week. So we have the Stress Less. Oh, nearly sent them all flying. We have the Affirmators. We have Empowering Questions. We have the Love and Relationships Affirmators. And we have Cards Against Anxiety. So you just tell me what you want and I'll read you one out. Catherine says, just a reminder, in case anyone wasn't aware, it's Census Day today, in case anyone hasn't completed theirs yet. Absolutely. I've done mine. That's very proactive of me. I even checked to make sure my boys did theirs. I've seen people post up that they're very nosy questions, but I quite like them. Going back in history and seeing the old censuses and what people were doing and how they were categorised. I remember seeing one years ago, and it was like I think it was employment or something, and it was like lunatic. So yeah, how they used to describe people. Cards Against Anxiety, absolutely. I'm just going to swig of this, Lauren. Okay. Da-da-da. It's been a real joy today to go through my books. I haven't gone through all of them yet. I'm probably halfway. But I'm picking them up and I'm thinking, oh, I haven't read this in years. I need to read it again. Oh, I'm going to go for this one. What is it? Number 58. 58. List it. Let's see what we've got, Lauren. List it. A list can be a thing of beauty. When life feels chaotic, make a list can give it a structure, and we get to tick things off. What's not to love? Our head is sometimes a tangle of anxious thoughts, and often many of these worries will be about all the things that we have to do. In this exercise, we externalise those thoughts by putting them on the page, and then we take steps either to action or to let each one go, so the issues won't worry us. So list what's on your mind. If your head is fizzing with the things you have to do and with anxiety over getting them done, start to take control by creating a list. Put every last thing on that list, no matter how small. Do or dump. Go through the list and strike out any tasks you can dump, either because they don't matter or because someone else is responsible for them. Look for quick wins. To get a boost of accomplishment, start out with one or two easy things you can do. Carry out small, simple tasks can help us to feel more in control. Number 4. Delegate what you can't. Of the items that remain, think about what can you pass on to someone else. And number 5, decide a time or action for the rest. For each task that remains, plan an action. The action might be assigning time to do a task, or asking for help, or some other action that will take you a step closer to completion. So Lauren, you are listing it. Good evening, Molly. Molly's with us as well. Good evening, Molly. Yes, you can have one. Absolutely. Right, so let's... Molly, what card would you like? The Cards Against Anxiety, Empowering Questions, Stress Less, Affirmations, or Love Affirmations? What would you like? And replying to Catherine, Lauren's... The most ridiculous question I saw was when I was putting in my daughter's info. Had put in her date of birth, so it's so it knew her age, that she was still in school, and then the question was marital status, and it did the same for my son. Yes, technology, eh? Technology. Love affirmations, please, for the beautiful Molly. Okay. Now, Molly ordered one of our books this week, the Tao of Pooh. Molly, have you started it yet? Have you even peeked into the cover yet? Or is it sitting on the side? It's one of my favourite books. You want to see my... I'm going to show you my version of it. Bear with me, because I know exactly where it is. This is one of my favourite books ever. And the lovely Molly ordered it. Well, she asked me what book I thought. Look at that for post-it notes. When I read my books, I'm really sad. I can't write in them. I can't ruin them. So when I find something I like, I match the post-it note right up to the sentence start that I like, and then I read it, and then I've got it. And then I do that for all of my wins, all of my things that I want to keep revisiting. So I do that with all of my books. I love it. Right, love affirmations. Let's go, Molly. This one is for you. No scorekeeping. I cut ties with my past conflicts and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenants. Tolerance and equanimity. Sorry, can't pronounce it. Then I give it its stupid t-shirt and records back and tell it to leave. So I love that. We all need that one sometimes, don't we? So I cut ties with my past conflicts and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Sorry, I must be shaking because it's not. There's it. Beginning in this moment, everything is new. So that is your affirmation. So say that every single morning when you get up. Oh, she's throwing them on the floor. Bear with me. Oh. Right. Molly says, I've read the first 2 pages, then got distracted with work. We'll be reading some more this evening. Good. Good, 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 good. Who would like a card? Anyone? Anyone for a card? Really is a great book. If anyone else would like a copy, you know, you can just order off our website. Jerry always watches this on catch up, so I should probably do a proper plug. If you would like this book for the bargain price of £8.99, it's available on the motivated-minds.co.uk website under Happy Shop. Oh dear. Right, stress less. Stress less. I'm stressing less. For the lovely Catherine. Catherine says, oh, that's a plan. So if they get annoying, are we allowed to marry them off? I could have done that twice this afternoon. Oh, I take it we're still talking about census and the question of the children and their marital status. See, I didn't have that because my children don't live with me, so I didn't get any of them. Carla, you make me laugh. Good, Molly. Good, 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 good. As long as you're laughing with me, Molly, not at me. Okay, now this is for lovely Catherine. Do you know what? On one of my, you know, like my days where I'm absolutely sorting everything out in my house, I'm going to get round to all of my cards and just putting them all in the right up, like, because these cards are all some of them up, some of them down. I literally will go through everything. Right, okay, so one for Catherine. Let's go with this one. What have we got? Do it in slow motion. When you feel stressed, try doing something in slow motion. When you do this, you will notice you're concentrating on it more intensely. When you're concentrating, you'll be more present, and being present reduces stress. Now, I don't recommend driving in slow motion, okay? So don't try that. But showering in slow motion would really work. Eating in slow motion would really work, because we tend to do these things so quickly. Even getting dressed, we just chuck on our clothes, do it in slow motion, see what the difference is. Oh, don't talk about slow motion. My other half says I do everything in slow motion. Hi Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. We're just doing the cards. Please let us know what cards you would like and we'll read you one out. We have Stress Less. We have 2 lots of affirmators, one of them being love, and we have empowering questions. And last but not least, our cards of against anxiety. So let me know what you'd like. And whilst I'm waiting for more people to decide what they would like, let me share with you what's going on in the world of Motivated Minds. So our Happy Hub is going to be back open to the public on the 12th. So we've ordered a coffee machine. Now, I don't drink coffee, so it's a bit of a stab in the dark, but we've got a barista style coffee machine now. I was practicing with it on Friday. I don't understand lattes, espressos, cappuccinos. I just don't understand it. So people got what they were given, and that's me pressing a button. Well, I can do the coffee bit, press a couple of buttons, and then top it up with hot milk. And the milk didn't have a thermometer, so it was a case of, yeah, the pot's hot, that will do. So I might have to practice a little bit more in the next couple of weeks before I serve anyone a coffee. Or you can get a coffee off of my trained team. That might be a better idea. So if you are in the Basildon area, please be sure to come and visit us for a takeaway coffee anyway from the 12th of April. And we will also be doing lunches and all stuff like that. So yeah, very exciting stuff. We still do our walk for wellbeings every Monday and Thursday. Joe Lyon does a wonderful cup of kindness on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, and that's an invite by Google Hangouts, so you get to do that. What else have we got going on? We have Empower Hour every Sunday with me, 8 o'clock. And we'll be bringing you more. We will be bringing you a lot more. Don't forget, certainly Tasha, school holidays, we have our Well Kids programme starting in just, 7 days, 8 days. The 29th, our first Well Kids is back open in Basildon from 3 till 5:30. So yeah, be sure to bring them in. That's going to run in school holidays on the Tuesday and Thursday of both weeks, and we'll of course invite you in for dinner as well. Yes, I'm okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Just getting through the hour, and hopefully talking enough mental health and well-being with you guys to keep you entertained. What are your goals for the week ahead? What are your plans, guys, for the week ahead? What self-care are you going to do? And remember, if anyone else wants more cards, just give me a shout and I'll bring them back. It's so nice to be back at the hub. We had training Friday, first aid training for my team, and I'll tell you what, I actually met some of my team that have been employed with me for, I don't know, going on 5 months, and I'd never met them before, so that was nice. I've got a wonderful team. They're really fantastic bunch of guys and girls. Molly would like a stress less card. Molly, you can have as many cards as you want. So let's go for a stress less technique. I love these stress less techniques. Forget your goal, Molly. The next time you start doing something, figure out your goal. When you have, just forget about it, as though it didn't mean anything. Instead, concentrate on doing it and on every part of the process. Give your attention to doing it and not 1 second to the goal. When your attention is not focused on what's supposed to happen, doing something will become easier and take less energy. Yes, for some things, guys, not all of them. Don't let go of all your goals. But Molly, right, as I said, I know you've ordered that book this week. If you concentrate on, I've got to read it to the end. If you pick up any book, and I'm sure all of you have done this in the past, you buy a book with the best intentions to read it, and then it becomes a mountain. Yeah, and the thought of the mountain means that you don't pick it up because it weighs like a lead balloon. Okay, so when you pick up your book, then just think, okay, I'm just going to read a couple of pages. You're not thinking about I've got to read the whole book, I've got to get through the whole book. You're just going to it's like getting into the stream, actually, and then you just go with it, and then before you know it, you've actually read your book. So sometimes it is better to forget goals. Not all the time, but certainly with some things. As I said earlier, certainly with housework, when I was mentioning housework and cleaning, if you think the goal is to clean the whole house, you're never going to do it. It's like a momentous task. But if we concentrate on a very, very, very small segment, and then you never know, you'll get carried away with the flow, and then before you know it, you've actually achieved that big task. So, I hope that helps, Molly. I really hope that helps. So it's 8:46. How are we getting ready for the week ahead? Who meal preps? Who plans their exercise for the week? Who does all of those little bits to help them? That's what I've been meaning to do all day, but I've got carried away with me cataloguing my books. I've still got to do my washing. So, yeah, I've still got that to do tonight. Okie dokes. So, as I said, the week ahead, we've got the wellness walks on. We've got Cup of Kindness with the lovely Jo. You'll have me next Sunday, 8 o'clock for Empower Hour. And we've got gardening programs going on in Langdon. And we'll certainly be bringing more stuff in over the coming weeks. Tasha says, I meal prep and try to plan exercise and make a to-do list of housework. Tasha, that's fantastic. So it all helps. So, I'm hoping that we will see some of you across the next week, either in our hashtag Team Motivated group or through Messenger. Let us know how you're getting on. And I want you all to have a fantastic week. If it can't be fantastic, as long as we're aiming to survive it, that's what our goal should be. That we can just try and open the curtains each day and get some fresh air, even if it is just opening the window. We're coming very soon to April the 12th, when the world will start to open up a bit. So I'm really looking forward to that, and we are at the home run now. We are weeks away of being able to get out of the house and go shopping and return to normal-ish, as normal as will be, and then May will see another jump. I know for some people it's still causing a lot of anxiety, but take it at a slow pace. If you're anxious about going out because you haven't been out for a long time, then just go out at quieter times of the day. So I've always said I like the food shopping sort of 8 o'clock at night, because it's generally a lot quieter then. So do things in your time, and take small steps. For those that are raring to go on the 12th, then that's fabulous, and I hope that we'll see you. If you are struggling, remember, do reach out, whether that's to us, whether that's to another mental health provider, whether that's Samaritans, whether that's to your best friend. Just reach out and tell people how you feel, because it's okay, absolutely okay. And on that note, my lovelies, I'm going to end Empower Hour a little bit early, because we've got through quite a bit tonight, and it's been wonderful seeing you all. Tasha, thank you. Molly, thank you. Elizabeth, Evie, Jennifer, Vicky, Lauren, David, just so many of you that have taken the time to join in tonight. Catherine, Tom, I love you all. Charlie, it was great to meet you. I hope that we see you again. And yeah, Hannah, thanks so much everyone for joining in, sharing your moan and move ons, your wellness wins, and doing the cards together. So have a good week, and I'll see you next Sunday at 8. Bye.